For our top news story of the day, let's turn to Kelly Ring now in the Pulse 13 newsroom. Hello, Kelly.
Hi there, Kathy. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. St. Petersburg chiropractor William LaTorre's arrest comes just 8 weeks after the tragic boating accident claimed the lives of 4 Pinellas County teenagers. Pulse 13's Carrie Sanders is in Indian Rocks Beach right now, where the boat accident happened. Carrie, what are the specific charges against Dr. LaTorre?
William LaTorre faces 4 counts of manslaughter, culpable negligence. Now, if he's convicted, he could face up to 60 years in prison. William LaTorre was arrested and brought to the Pinellas County Jail this morning. Detectives sparing him the humility of handcuffs, but not the reality of several hours alone in jail. Hours later, he posted a $30,000 bond. His attorney, Barry Cohen of Tampa, hugging LaTorre and then whisking him away. Neither had any comment at the jailhouse. LaTorre's arrest coming after this Memorial Day weekend boat accident. LaTorre's high-performance cigarette boat and the kids' 17-foot speedboat somehow hitting each other in the Intracoastal Waterway. This afternoon, in a controlled setting at Barry Cohen's Tampa office, the first comments since the arrest.
Husband did not cause this accident. The truth will come out, and through the love and support of our family and our many friends, we'll get through this.
4 teenagers died in the accident, among them 19-year-old Todd Kuhn. In his family's house, a memorial is now set up next to his ashes.
No, it doesn't really change anything, and it was not like maybe everybody would think a big sigh or anything like that. It was just maybe the only reaction I could say is I'm satisfied with what happened.
Also killed 18-year-old Jeffrey Nash. His mother today, surprised by LaTorre's arrest.
I guess it isn't really over until it's over, but at least this part of it's over.
At William LaTorre's Pinellas County home today, family and friends gathered, one saying as if in mourning. Some here suspect charges are driven not by criminal action, but rather emotion.
That's probably that's what everyone, like the authorities or whatever, arrest them because they feel sympathy for like the parents and like the families that lost it. They should feel the same way for Dr. LaTorre.
Dr. LaTorre is a kind, wonderful, generous person who's always been there when the public needed him and has always come forth with his generosity and his help. And now when he's in time of trouble, no one wants to know his side of the story.
Clay Nash, the father of victim Jeffrey Nash, disagrees, saying that the emotionalism of this event is not the motivating factor. I put calls in today both to the state attorney's office and to the Florida Marine Patrol. Neither had any response. Kelly?
Carrie, obviously, Dr. LaTorre very shaken up by the arrest today. Do you think that he or his family or attorney were surprised by the arrest since it had been 8 weeks?
Yes, the time factor plus over the weekend, LaTorre spoke to several reporters indicating that he lived in this fear that somebody was going to come knock on the door, but as each day passed, he felt that he was not going to get those charges filed against him, somehow relating the amount of time to the fact that the charges would not be filed.
Okay, thank you very much. Carrie Sanders in Pinellas County.
Once an investigation into who caused the Memorial Day weekend boating accident that killed 4 Clearwater teens comes to a head today with the arrest of Dr. William LaTorre. I'm Tom Corvin. That story's coming up.
State prosecutors ordered the arrest of Dr. William LaTorre this morning.
He's charged in connection with the deaths of 4 Clearwater teens killed in a Memorial Day boating accident. Good evening, I'm Frank Robertson. He was on special assignment.
And I'm Kelly Craig. And our top story, the fate of a St. Petersburg chiropractor. Now it's up to a jury to decide if William LaTorre is guilty of negligence on the water.
But as far as LaTorre's attorneys are concerned, the charges will never stand up in court. Pulse 13's Tom Corbin joins us now with more. Tom?
It's a battle of finger-pointing. State accusing Dr. LaTorre of speeding and negligence that fatal day near Indian Rocks Beach. LaTorre's attorneys accusing 4 dead teenagers of drinking and using drugs. Now, who caused the Memorial Day weekend accident has been the emotional centerpiece of this ongoing story, and even with LaTorre's arrest today, the emotion's far from over. Inside the Pinellas County Jail, Dr. William LaTorre realized his worst nightmare.
The charges as listed on the warrant are 4 counts of manslaughter, culpable negligence.
Explained by his attorney, Barry Cohen, the 50-year-old chiropractor left the jail weeping, charged with the deaths of 4 Clearwater teens.
Anything to say at all, Bill?
It was this Memorial Day weekend boating accident that sparked 2.5 months of state investigation. Was LaTorre negligent when his 35-foot cigarette boat collided with a smaller craft? Was speed involved in the deaths of Jan Crispin, Ricky Weeks, Todd Cohen, and Jeff Nash? The state says LaTorre's arrest speaks for itself. His family disagrees.
I don't understand how the prosecutor's office could come in with the charges that they have when the charging document clearly indicates that these kids were going the wrong way in the channel, and the driver of the boat had alcohol and marijuana in his system.
The arrest prompted LaTorre to go before cameras with his family, maintaining his innocence through his wife, Wendy, and attorney Cohen.
It was like going down the wrong way on a one-way street with alcohol and marijuana in his system.
The truth, they say, points to Jeff Nash, the other driver. But both the families and their attorneys call these accusations absurd.
I put my faith and trust in the state attorney's office to do what's right. Criminal investigation has been concluded and charges have been filed, which I think negates any responsibility on the part of the kids.
The arrest is only bittersweet for Jeannie Nash.
Somebody called and said, "Are you happy?" I said, "That's the stupidest question I've heard." No, it doesn't change anything for us. Jeff's still going, so are his friends.
LaTorre's friends say it's the state's sympathy for that kind of public emotionalism behind the arrest, rather than actual criminal offense.
Just going through just the worst thing you could possibly go through, where when you haven't done anything wrong and you're being criticized and ridiculed by everyone.
We'll get through this, and my husband will be exonerated.
LaTorre now awaits an arraignment date and then trial later this year. Now, if convicted of these 4 second-degree felonies, Dr. LaTorre faces a maximum of 60 years behind bars, as well as $10,000 fines. Frank?
Tom, thank you very much. Well, government officials tonight looking into another unexplained death of a child while under the care of HRS. Good evening. I'm Frank Robertson.
I'm Kelly Craig. We're working on that story. We'll have that for you momentarily. First, we want to tell you about this. A seemingly endless wait is over for Dr. William LaTorre, and he doesn't like the results. The St. Petersburg chiropractor was today charged with 4 counts of manslaughter in connection with a Memorial Weekend boating accident that left 4 teenagers dead. LaTorre's 35-foot cigarette boat collided with a smaller craft carrying the teens in the Intercoastal Waterway. This afternoon, his family lashed out at state prosecutor.
I don't understand how the prosecutor's office could come in with the charges that they have when the charging document clearly indicates that these kids were going the wrong way in the channel, and the driver of the boat had alcohol and marijuana in his system.
But lawyers and family members of the victims say that charge is ridiculous. They want LaTorre jailed.
The time that he does serve will never be enough justice for the loss, that we have. Our loss is going to go on forever, where a time that is served is going to be just the time served.
LaTorre, free on $3,000 bond, awaits an arraignment date and then trial later this year.